Hello there, people of the internet. My name is Odhiambo, and this is Political Headache. Today, I am in the studio with Odhiambo Otieno. We are going to be talking about ODM and what ODM moves, how ODM moves from here. Because yesterday, I hosted Mr. Jalango. What is his? Felix Odiwuor. Or Kode. And he told me that Sefuna cannot tell him anything about ODM. And he told me that Musotsi does not even Usotsi.
Yeah.
Should not even claim anything on ODM. Mm-hmm. On the other side of the river, we have Oburu Odinga. Oburu Odinga is making proclamations, whether roadside or straight from Orange House, we do not know. Mm-hmm. I'm in the studio with Odhiambo Otieno. Odhiambo Otieno, there is a grand plan around ODM, and there are so many moving limbs now.
Yes.
We have the man on the hill, which is President William RUTO. We have Sefuna, who is very strong inside ODM. We have Osotsi. We have Babu Owino, who is mwenye ananyemelea hapo kwa ofisi ya ya Oburu Odinga. Okay? And then we have Wanga, shouting at the top of our voice from Homer Bay. And we have Wandai, who's very quiet, So let's start this conversation by saying that, okay, when Raila Odinga died, Wanga said that Raila Odinga had a standing. What is the word that she used? She had a standing what? Direction, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
Direction on how ODM should operate. Then we saw Sefuna and co at ODM, putting up a press conference. A lot of people have talked about the body language of Sefuna during that press conference. But was he happy at that conference? The things that he was saying, did he mean them? So what is your overall thinking around this issue?
Now, we have to understand this issue in a multidimensional way. First, you have to understand the questions that are existing. Because when we want to analyze this, we are analyzing it based on what? We are analyzing based on particular questions. So the first question is, of course, who stands to benefit ODM's stability? And number two is who stands to benefit ODM's instability? And number three is who stands to lose through the instability of ODM? And then who stands to lose through the stability of ODM? So this, let me call it a four-way analysis. So let's start by who stands to benefit through the stability of ODM.
Stability or instability?
Stability. When we have a stable ODM, there are those genuine supporters, there are those genuine people within ODM who have won elections based on their effort, pure effort, and based on their track record on the ground. So these ones, of course, they always want stability in ODM. There are also those who believe in the beauty of a stable party. People like you and me, who believe that a beautiful party, a stable party is a good thing for the nation, because then it means the political ideology continues. Those are people who are outside. And actually, most people who are longing for the stability of ODM are outside. They're not inside.
Okay.
Very few of them are inside.
Why would somebody outside the ODM leadership? Do you mean the people that are outside, but members of people like Alionya?
People like Alionya.
Okay.
Yes, those ones are willing and intending that ODM should remain stable, because to them ODM means not just today. ODM means the future. They entered knowing that this is the oldest party in the country that has been actively participating in democracy in the past 20 years in Kenya. So they would want the stability of ODM. Now, the youngest people who are not occupying particular positions in ODM will for the stability. Two is who then benefits if ODM is unstable. Remember, most of the henchmen in ODM, henchmen and the henchwomen in ODM, have always been beneficiaries of chaos. The chaos or the discordance in ODM when it comes to nominations. There are people who basically, their call to fame is division. They love, when there's division, they easily lead, because then they go with a sect. They don't love majority consensus. Then they just go with the simple majority. Now, such people are, I believe, people like Jalango. Jalango will benefit greatly from the instability of ODM.
Why?
Because then it gives him a chance of a new life.
So
within the ODM structure as currently is.
Can we stay just right there and ask you a few questions? And going specifically, zooming in into Jalango. Jalango is one person that was loved by Baba. Remember, when Raila actually went to Bomas of Kenya and placed his papers before IEBC, the first person that I understand, he called and told Jalango that I want you guys to put up a very small, a very quick meeting in Langata. And hapo, he said, hapa Langata, Jan. Right? And then quickly, he showed up at State House after Raila losing the presidency, quote unquote, embraced by RUTO, and there was a huge backlash, right, against Jalango. Jalango told me here yesterday that actually before he went to RUTO, first of all, he did not know that RUTO had actually called
that is very true.
Okay?
Yeah.
So he thought he was the only man from ODM that was going to be there. He showed up, and suddenly there are photo ops that are supposed to be done. And he's wondering, what is going on? Have I been set up? Okay? So, and then there is a backlog. He's thrown out of the party. He goes to court, represented by your man Ogenda, okay? And yesterday he was telling me that now he's back in ODM, full. So then Sifuna said that he will not see the house, given the beginning of the shenanigans between him and William Ruto. And he was telling me in very categorical terms that Sifuna has got one vote and is not in Langata. Okay? So now, if now that he's in ODM, what happens if ODM is disintegrated? How does that help him?
Very good. So I don't want to look at it from the point of if ODM is disintegrated. Instability does not mean disintegration. Instability means there is lack of order within ODM. Once there's lack of order within ODM, then we go to the Luo saying, Tekoda Gole. That implies the strongest survive. Now, if there is an orderly ODM, which means ODM operating within its structures, Jalango already came out as a betrayer of the party. And so in that context, and I have nothing personal against him, because his manager is my brother.
But you see now
I need to clear that.
Do you know I have a very big problem with you when you say that Jalango is seen as a betrayer. Why is Raila not being seen as a betrayer when he joined RUTO?
There's something you must understand in politics.
Okay.
That Raila is the head of the mafia. The head of the mafia is allowed to even talk to the other mafia. Okay? Because they're contemporaries. Jalango and these other people like my boss Ogenda. These other people, these small ones.
Are you calling Ogenda small one?
Yeah. In the ODM ranks is a small guy. In fact, is roughly 5 years old in ODM. But he says he's a life member, of course, yeah? But in terms of active participation, he's less than 5 years old. So in terms of contemporariness, Jalango cannot match Raila. Okay. So Raila is allowed to speak with Ruto because they are contemporaries. But this, Wadogo, you cannot go there. You must seek for consent first before you go there. Okay? So that is
fair enough.
That's underscored. Now, the younger people, the other people in ODM, so Jalango and somebody like, what's the name of this guy? Ochanda.
Yes.
Elisha Akuba. Mark Nyamita. And the rest who were under Ogenda, who went to RUTO as betrayers of the party. Because they showed disrespect for order in ODM. And with the exit of Jacom, these issues were not fully resolved. Remember, there's a time Jalango went to Manzoni or somewhere in Ukambaland where Jacom was holding a parliamentary group meeting with ODM members.
Yes, where Jalango was flashed out.
And was flashed out. Who do you think flashed him out? Do you think it is Jacom who flashed him out?
He according to him, and he did not say it particularly, that Jacom played to the gallery. Those were his words.
Jacom is always wise.
Yes, he played to the gallery. He did not intervene.
Yes, because there's a way the party works. There are those guys in the party who take care of the party. Jacob doesn't need to tell somebody, toa huyo. No. Wewe mwache tu akae hapo. There's no harm. But the guys there must also prove that they're working. We can also do the betrayer and Jacob is there. Betrayer inje.
Okay.
And so that is where people like Jalango sit now. So Jalango, a stable ODM means doom for him, especially ODM as currently constituted.
Okay.
And that's something he understands, and that's why he was telling you that people like Sifuna and Osotsi don't deserve to say anything in ODM because those are the party structure bigwigs as current. That if we go with them up to 2027, Jalango will not get an ODM nomination for Langata.
Okay.
But does he even need it? He doesn't need it. Because the difference of votes between him and Nick
was 1,000.
Was 2,000, I think.
You said 1,000.
He said 1,000.
Yes.
So which means
1,000 and Nyiriri.
Exactly. So Nick and himself are now buddies. So Nick can simply hand over the support to him, and that will be it. So if he goes UDA, he will still win because Langata has been infiltrated heavily in terms of occupation by RUTO supporters. And they can easily make Jalango still an MP in Langata.
Okay.
Now, that's it. So the type of Jalango will benefit from the instability of what? Of ODM. Now let's go to the other.
So the instability here now means that if it is unstable, he gets the party nomination.
Of course, if it's unstable, I know how he moves. He's able. Remember, Jalango is able to mobilize money up to about 70, 80 million. During his last campaign, he mobilized 70 million, which he said he used within a very short time. How many MPs today, as currently seated, can mobilize from friends 70 million shillings for a campaign?
Tough.
None. Unless now they're paid by other people to go and do other things. But Jalango can mobilize from friends. So Jalango has a very interesting friend circle, which can mobilize any amount of money literally for him. And that is why Jalango, being one of the biggest supporters of Babu, he comes in with a very huge war chest.
Yeah, he told me yesterday that I'm not a Babu supporter. I love Babu.
Exactly. He's a believer. He's not even a supporter. He's a believer of Babu. He believes that Babu can actually be.
Yeah, but he also did not dismiss Sakaja.
Sakaja is a dog.
That makes you Babu supporter.
I am a believer of Babu as well. Now,
I'm not.
That said, why are you not a Babu believer?
I mean, who is he? What change can he bring to Nairobi?
Are you serious? Listen that question right now.
Yes, what? Yes, what?
You don't know?
No, what? Yes, what can he bring?
Is Sakaja somebody that can bring change to you?
No. Don't digress.
No, I'm not digressing.
Don't digress. The problem with you is that we are talking. The problem with you is that we are talking about Nairobi.
Yes.
Put Sakaja on the side.
Okay. Who else?
And no.
Give me somebody else.
Yes. Again, you are digressing.
I'm not digressing.
We are speaking about Babu, and you are digressing.
Babu.
I am telling you,
Babu,
that what can Babu do for Nairobi? Don't ask me
Babu,
what other person can do for what.
What does Babu need to do in Nairobi? Let's first look at the functions of a governor.
Yes.
Functions of a governor.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Is to ensure that the county is run efficiently in terms of development and in terms of what I call the auxiliary services.
Okay.
Which is the collection of garbage, ensuring that the hospitals are running, ensuring that there's water in the estates, ensuring that things are moving. The lights are on.
So that is something that Babu will do.
Babu will do very well.
That Babu will do that. Where has he done it before?
What question are you asking?
Yes.
But Babu is an MP for Embakasi.
Is he doing garbage?
You go there.
Is he collecting garbage there?
It's not a role of the MP.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you cannot say that he's going to do that in Embakasi, and he's not doing it.
He's doing
currently.
it in Embakasi.
He's not doing garbage.
No. Let's check.
He's not doing garbage.
No, he's not doing garbage, of course. Garbage
is he doing water?
Water is also a role of the county governor. Now, what is the role? What is the role of an MP?
And now,
what is the role of an MP? Just wait, Jagero. The role of an MP is three main roles. Number one is representation.
Okay, let's talk about presentation. How has Babu represented Embakasi in Parliament? Tell me.
So well.
How?
The issues of Embakasi are always
which bill? Which bill?
I can check for you.
Which bill? Yes, check.
I can check for you.
Check.
Babu is always talking about Embakasi issues in Parliament.
Which bill has he put in Parliament?
It's not a bill. That bill is legislation. Wait. Representation is the first role.
Okay.
Then we have legislation.
Okay.
Then we have oversight.
Okay.
The only roles of an MP.
So I want you to tell me what Babu has oversighted. I want you to tell me which bill.
Who is the biggest critic of RUTO right now? in Kenya today?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yes, who is it?
Who offers constructive criticism? I think it is Babu for me. Because Gachagua is pure hate.
What has Babu said about RUTO? You tell me. You cannot tell me. You cannot tell me. Because this is a podcast that a lot of people are watching. So I am asking you to put them on the table.
I am putting them. Give me a minute.
So I want you to tell me what Babu has oversighted. I want to tell me what bill Babu has presented in Parliament. I want you to tell me how I think you hate Babu. No.
And you need to understand
and
why.
This is the problem with your politics. That when somebody is telling you to put something on the table, you digress.
I'm not digressing.
You started by digressing talking about Sakaja. And I was asking about Babu. And then I asked you again, you digressed again and said that if not Babu, who? I'm waiting.
I'm going to keep you quiet in a minute.
You keep me. And I think, Odhiambo, as you look for that, it's important that you show me the way. And you tell me something that is based on fact.
In a minute. So there is, in terms of legislation, okay? There is the Legal Education Amendment Bill of 2023 that Babu Owino has brought to the floor of Parliament.
Okay. Did it pass?
That's what I'm looking at right now. Just a week ago, let me look at bills sponsored by Babu Owino in Parliament. They're here. I'm reading them for you because we are going by facts.
Yes.
Number one is the Legal Education Amendment Bill of 2023.
Okay.
This bill aimed to amend existing legislation to make legal education more accessible. It seeks to remove rigid requirements such as the minimum grade of B plain in English or Swahili at KCSE to allow more Bachelor of Law graduates to enroll in the Advocates Training Program at the Kenya School of Law. It is still in process.
Okay.
Number two is the Kenya School of Law Amendment Bill again of 2023.
Okay.
This bill proposes to grant the Council of Legal Education authority to allow institutions other than the KSL to offer the Advocates Training Program. And this is very important because most lawyers today who are watching this show know the hell that goes on at Kenya School of Law. It is enjoying monopoly. And they're being restricted. Just a minute, you keep quiet, let me talk.
Okay.
They're being restricted. In fact, any lawyer who has gone through ATP program, it's called Advocates Training Program, will tell you, for you to succeed and be called an advocate, it is hell because KSL is enjoying monopoly. Babu has brought that so that we can diversify. Let's have more university, have ATP, UON, etc. Every university that's offering law should have a school of law to offer the advocates training program. If you think that's something small, then ask lawyers.
No, I've not
Number three, Higher Education Loans Board Amendment Bill of 2020.
He's a man of education, eh?
Of course, a man of education. And that's why the other time I told you here that the most important thing for RUTO to do is to bring Babu to the table immediately as a Minister of Education if he wants peace. Because with Babu out of government, as long as Babu is out of government, it's going to be hell for RUTO. I can assure you.
Go ahead.
Now, Higher Education Loans Board Amendment Bill of 2020. This bill focuses on reforming the Higher Education Loans Board to increase loan disbursements to match the rising cost of living and tuition fee. Help loan money miyojichoncha is still the loan that is being given to people today.
Yes.
We should change that. The inflation has risen by 9%. How are we factoring that into? These are how many bills so far? 3. 3 bills that is brought. Okay, now let me go to Babu Owino himself and then see whatever he has done for Embakasi East, which you're asking.
No. But based on what you said,
that is legislation.
Yes.
So we said the 3 roles.
Yes.
And I want to malizana with you factually.
Yes.
Now, in terms of legislation, he has 3 bills. There's somebody like your MP who has never talked in Parliament. Aduma Uwur. 15 years. Has never said a thing in Parliament.
That's based on fact.
That's fact.
Fact one.
Fat facts. Now, this is not really representation.
Okay.
But in terms of even Babu saying, you know what, let us have a session for mathematics revision with students who are going to sit for exams. That is representation.
I like the way you are talking like Raila.
Yeah, he cares about the people. He cares about even people who are not his own. Yeah?
Okay, but we are digressing. digressing.
We're not digressing.
Haven't you made your point?
No, not yet. Why are you running away? So I want to give you.
I'm not running away.
Okay, don't run away.
Yes.
I'm getting for you.
Yes.
The things that Babu has done in Embakasi East.
Yes.
Because it's been ranked severally to be one of the best performing
And
MPs.
I don't agree with that ranking.
Of course, even me, I doubt some of them.
Yeah.
But so long as it is almost
We
doable.
cannot just have anybody in the street ranking people. Like who did the ranking the other day where Babu was found to be the most liked MP in Kenya? Who did that?
I have a problem with the ranking to this end. That the ranking ranks MPs based on development. Development is not the role of an MP.
Yes.
The role of an MP is legislation, oversight, and representation.
Thank you for agreeing with me.
Yes, I'm agreeing with you.
Thank you.
Yes. So on that front, there are some things which is done, even if they're not his roles, in terms of development. There's this tarmac road which I'm trying to get from
Odhiambo.
He's built so many tarmac roads.
Odhiambo.
Just wait, Jagero. Be patient.
Odhiambo.
We have time.
Odhiambo.
Stop stifling me.
Odhiambo, you should have had this on your fingertips.
In fact, I
But
didn't know
you were digging them
I
out.
didn't know we were going to talk about
I think
Babowino.
if you don't have them on your fingertips,
No,
it's a problem.
Jagero, you're taking advantage.
If you don't have these things at your fingertips and you are the biggest supporter of Babu, I am having a problem.
No,
with you. And you see why I'm having a problem.
Okay,
with you.
let me tell you, for example. I've been going to a place in Embakasi East where Tina Ogal's parents live.
Yes.
Because I go to visit them a lot together with Tina Ogal. She's my friend. Whenever I visit there, I always ask her, initially, I used to ask her, which is this constituency where the new estates, there are so many tarmac roads are being done. So this is Embakasi East, where Babowino comes from. And I asked her, is Babowino the one who's doing these roads? She said, yes. He has done so well for us. In fact, today, Tina Ogal is vying for MP.
I wanted you to say that.
Okay? Yeah, she's vying for MP in Embakasi East.
Is she getting the support that she needs?
And I want to tell you, when we went to Tina Ogal, for the first session that she went to support the football teams there, in Embakasi East, she paid for them the FKF whatever fee. When we were there, a lot of people who came from Babowino's camp who didn't know that we had talked to Babowino came to us and asked us, Mongea na Mbunge.
The people at Embakasi East.
Yes, they came to us.
But Babu did not know that you guys were going there.
They didn't know because Babu didn't tell them that we are going there.
Odhiambo.
No, just listen.
Odhiambo, stop bullshitting.
No, I'm not bullshitting you.
Babu mobilizes anything that happens wherever he is.
That's what I'm telling you.
And he knew that you guys were there.
Babu knew. We talked to him.
Yes.
He knew that we were going there. His people didn't know. So when they came, they were
His
like,
people did not know.
yes, they were like, who are you guys? Then we told them, just call Moshimua and ask him who we are. And then when they called Moshimua said, those are my people. Let them run around. What the hell? So that alone shows you that these guys know how much Babu means for them. In fact, Babu is one of the most audible politicians in parliament. In terms of oversight, you know what is done in this country. Even if Raila was joining RUTO, Babu is one amongst many who said
I don't want us to discuss Babu anymore.
Okay.
I think
you don't like him.
I think you made your no.
You don't like
him.
him.
No. I am very agnostic towards his candidature. That is the truth.
Okay, what makes you be agnostic against his candidature?
Because I don't know what Babu represents. This is the same guy.
Babu represents hope.
This is hope.
Hope of the Gen Zs.
And that
and politics is about hope.
And hope is very problematic.
It's not.
When you go past hope,
a person
very problematic. When in fact, what is the hope that the president of Guinea, the junta, gave to the people the other day? That
I don't know who
we are
he
going
is.
to junta, the president of junta that has just now, kicked out every opponent.
I don't know who he is.
He said that he's not going to vie when he took over the country.
Oh, you're talking about Dimbuya?
Yes.
This tall guy, black guy.
Yes, he said he's not going to vie.
But that's bad manners.
He said there is hope for people.
You know.
Uhuru said there is hope.
You know Jagero.
Kibaki said there is hope in 2002. Raila has been singing hope for 40 years.
Let me teach you something a little. Allow me, as a teacher. Human beings are who they are because of hope. When a human being loses hope, they see no reason to live for tomorrow. And that is why in countries where hope has exited, those countries burn. That hope must be sustained by constant communication and development. And Babowino represents that very hope of the young people. Why? Babowino, one, looks like the ideal of what the society should be like in terms of his good side. Of course, he has bad sides where he shot somebody in the head or in the neck. That's of course there.
And he did not allow democracy at the University of Nairobi, did he?
He did allow democracy.
Did he?
He allowed democracy.
Oh, he did.
In fact, after him, the government banned democracy.
In fact, the government was so
scared. They were so scared.
Was concerned.
They were so scared.
No, it was not scary. It was not scary.
What is politics?
They were concerned that Babu was always at the university, always becoming the leader of university. He was not leaving school. He was not leaving school.
Babu came to...
and the government had to change law. The law.
So who is stifling democracy in that sense? Is it the government or Babu?
Yeah, but why would you leave school, come back to lead? What are you doing?
He was not coming back to lead.
What did he want to change at the university?
He was not coming back to lead.
What did he want to change at the university?
I think you're forgetting something. Do you know Babu became a student leader in year one? Year one.
That's my point.
Year one.
Yes. And then he was there for how long?
He's a leader.
And then he was there for how long?
Then he did his first degree.
What unbelievable change?
He did his first degree.
What unbelievable change do you want to change at the university? By sticking around for that long?
By representing the people. By representing the university students and their interest towards the university council.
So what did he change?
He did a lot of things, in fact.
Like what?
As much as he couldn't have changed particular things because it was not within his power to change them. At the university, your role is to advocate. Advocacy. University leadership has no budget. It is basically advocacy. And even the budget that is just for entertainment, there's nothing else meaningful there and for traveling here and there. Okay? So Babu, at first year, convinced a fourth year to vote him in. And he did his actual science degree and graduated. And then came back and did law. What's the harm in education? If he has the capacity to code...
So he did actual science?
Yes, his first degree is actual science.
I know somebody very related to you.
They were classmates. That's my wife.
Did actual science.
Yeah, they were classmates.
What are you supposed to be when you finish that?
Actual science is actually a course that is higher than medicine.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do after that?
So what you do, basically, you are a data prophet. You use data to model and predict the future. For example, if you want to model the market and you want to see how the market will behave, you simply get an actuaries. If you want to know how insurance claims will be, and actually insurance employs the most. If the country wants to understand what it means for the future in terms of data planning,
so he did that.
Yes, that is.
And then stepped out of the university.
And
then realized that actually I need to go back and do law.
And law should be a second degree anyway. Law should never be first degree. Any lawyer again who you sit with or talk to will tell you law should be a second degree. Because what are you being a lawyer in? You should first go and get a degree in a conventional.
And then what happened? Because he was just admitted to the bar the other day. Then what happened within those 6-7 years?
Of course. So what happens when he went for his degree in law? Once you're done with degree in law, that is LLB. You then go for the advocates training program.
Yes.
Which you must not go to immediately. Anybody who has an LLB is a lawyer.
So what did he do?
Just a minute.
After that?
Just a minute. So once you get your degree, your LLB.
So what did he do after that?
You see, I'm explaining, Jagero. So once you get your LLB degree, you can proceed to become a lawyer. Or you are actually already a lawyer. A lawyer here means you don't have audience in court, okay? But you can become a company secretary. You can become an advisor.
So what did Babu become?
So Babu went into parliament. And he served all this period. Then, later on decided, let me now go for ATP. That is Advocates Training Program at Kenya School of Law.
Okay.
Then after getting the ATP, diploma in whatever that he got there, now he's admitted to the bar. Okay? Now that's what happened the other day. Now he's allowed to practice.
So now he wants to be governor.
Now he's an advocate, okay?
He was admitted the other day. But also he wants to be governor.
Of course, there's no harm in ambition. This guy represents the ideal of.
But don't you see that it's a bit confusing?
It's not.
It's a bit confusing to me.
It's not. It is. How is it confusing?
You're a mathematician, right?
I'm not.
No. He's doing.
Yeah, he did actual science.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't practice anything within that line.
Now let me tell you. Interesting.
Gets into parliament immediately.
Let me tell you something about it. Actual scientists.
Just a minute. Okay. You have talked for so long.
All right.
You have talked for so long.
Today you are salty.
The gentleman goes to the university.
Yes.
That's actual science.
Yes.
Steps out. And all this time he's politicking at the university. All right, people of the internet, I hope that you're enjoying this episode very much. And I just had a break to tell you about my new book. You know, everybody says that there is no job. And that is true. Also, that was me 10 years ago. The problem is that everybody is trying to get a job in their town, in their city, in their marketplace. They ask friends for jobs, mothers call uncles, uncles call brothers, but there are no jobs. Let me tell you what no one is telling you. Jobs migrated online. What I actually mean is there are many, many jobs around the world and there is no one to do them except you. I work for Americans myself. I work for Europeans. I work for the Chinese. I work for the Australians. I work for the Canadians. And so, because I have done so much for myself, I said to myself, you know what? I should compile what I've been doing for the last 15 years. So in 2024, I wrote a digital book called Goldmine 18 Hustles for Africans. And then in 2025, AI came. People say AI is taking away our jobs. And for me, I'm going to say false. There are actually AI jobs. Jobs are not being taken by AI, but there are new jobs online that are there because of AI. Now, mimi ni nani? I created more jobs. And for now, in my new book, we have 25 online and offline jobs that you can leverage on if you do not have a job. So in this powerful volume 2, I share 25 new actionable online hustles specifically researched and tailored for Africans. My new book provides clear step-by-step guidance drawing from my extensive experience and research, including the mistakes I've made and lessons I've learned over the 15 years that I have worked online. So what can you do online? You can become an executive assistant for busy folks in Europe, America, Canada, and get paid for tasks like watching videos and taking online surveys. Okay? You can build a lot of things. Build a business as a virtual assistant, start an e-commerce shop without capital, be an affiliate marketer, or you can also become actually an English tutor and tens of AI jobs. If you have a job, that is fine. But I also know that you can buy this book for that brother, for that sister, for that mother, for that cousin, for that husband who is watching Netflix all day at home. Buy it for your friend who is always asking for cash. You know that friend. Now, all the information is on the description below. You can also inbox me, you can WhatsApp me, or go to my website, which is odhiambo.co.ke. Whether he's actually in class is something else. Okay. So he gets out of class. Okay. And then realizes immediately that I actually need to go back and do law, which he does. He's not practiced anything. He's not practiced anything he did with actual science. Steps back in. That's law. Realizes, okay, now I need to go and represent my people. Okay. But there is law at the back of my mind. So he's there in Parliament and in Embakasi. Then now goes to be admitted at the bar. Okay? Assuming that now he wants to, practice law. Then he's like, okay, I am also governor.
There's no harm in all that. Okay, let me explain for you something first. So when you do actuarial science in Kenya, it is one of the 1,000 ways to die in Kenya as well. Because it's a very expensive course that if you go parallel, you'll pay too much money. Okay? The challenge is, this country has a sustained abuse towards scholarship. Where people who've gone to school properly and have degrees and have masters and have diplomas are not finding spaces to apply them. For example, do you know that the Ministry of Health of Kenya today does not have an actuary? They don't have. That's why you see, even in the implementation of SHA, which is doing well, but could have done better, is having those issues because they don't have an actuary. They should employ actuarial scientists who model for them and tell them, this is how it's going to be. Remember during COVID? There were some people who were doing something called modeling. Now that modeling, it was not by local people here, it was by people from outside who helped the government to understand this is how the waves will happen. So plan, when this wave comes, this is how you plan it. Now, when you are a graduate of, I have a friend who did actuarial science, but he's selling clothes in Kisumu, in Kibuye market. Somebody did actuarial science, not that selling clothes is bad, but it should be something else. In Kenya today, we don't even have a proper society for actuarial scientists.
So why was Babu doing it?
Because the government then saw it worth, or the university, whatever, saw it worth that we need to have an actuarial science degree in universities. And they had it. But they didn't prepare the market for these people. So if you've done your actuarial science, You could have gone for medicine, you could have been a doctor. But you went for actual science, now you're suffering all over. Okay? And most of them are actually not doing very well. So Babu decides, okay, let me go into representation. Because this cost is too high. I either go and practice in London or in America or work with PwC, Deloitte, KPMG, or those 4 giants, yeah? There's no chance for him there. And he says, okay, let me do my politics then. And politics works for him. Then he says, oh, good. In here, I need to go and study. I need to go and finish my ATP training. That is the one for KSL. And he goes and finishes it. That shows discipline of ambition. Because having ambition just as it is meaningless. Ambition must have discipline coming with it. Then the fellow succeeds. And he says, okay, guys, Sakaja is doing... If Sakaja can be governor, somebody who doesn't have a degree can be governor.
But you cannot be a
He
governor
doesn't have a degree. He doesn't have a degree. If he has a degree, let him table. Call him here, let him table. He doesn't have a degree.
You cannot be
Somebody like Sakaja.
You cannot be a governor without having a degree.
He doesn't have a degree. And if he has a degree, let him table.
But
he doesn't have a degree.
He was already asked to table that. And
Jagero, if you've gone to school, like you've gone to school, you took me to your school. I saw your school.
Yes.
I saw people who know you from that school.
Yes.
You have classmates.
Yes.
Tell me one classmate of Sakaja who even came out and said,
was it
with him in
was in
Kampala.
Tanganyika or was it Kampala?
In Kampala.
Yes.
We had to have court orders
Odhiambo.
for you to produce a degree. Court order.
Odhiambo. You have made your point.
You've understood.
And I've told you that in as far I think that Nairobi is a big place. You know? And it needs somebody, a technocrat. I think Nairobi needs a technocrat.
Nairobi needs a leader.
Nairobi needs a technocrat.
Nairobi needs a leader.
And I also think that Nairobi should not be having a governor.
That I agree with you. On that we are in agreement. Nairobi needs to be a metropolis, not...
We can go back there. That was a lot of time.
Yes.
But also something that I want to make very clear, that I have no personal problem with Babu.
I think you do.
I am interrogating.
I will investigate you.
No, I do not. In fact, I do not know him personally.
Oh, really?
No, I do not know him personally. Okay. I'm just a citizen of this city. And I came here in 2003.
I think the problem you have with Babu is not even Babu.
Yes.
You have a problem with the city. This city has not been kind to you.
The city is not doing this. Let me tell you something. The city needs a lot of work.
Yes.
To be done. And I have a problem with people who should be having huge elite conversations about this city. Okay? Having people come together and talk to them at a very high level about what needs to happen with this city. But squanders that opportunity to teach kids arithmetics.
And that is why someone like Babu has come from the slums, who understands what it means to grow up in a city with disadvantage.
Yes.
Comes here and shares with us that, hey, give me a chance. Let me show you how it is done. Nairobi has had cartels.
If God gives us life, we will be here when Babu is governor.
Yes, and you will see the change that he will bring. Because the only other person who has effected change in Nairobi that is reasonable, that has been seen, of course, one was Kidero, brilliantly, and then Sonko.
Yes.
But Sonko couldn't stay for long because of populist politics, yeah? But he did so well for Nairobi. Sakaja and the other governors, Jui, Kananu, those ones.
I think the best thing in life is the benefit of doubt.
I agree with you. So give him a benefit of doubt. Thank you so much. Now, let's go back to the topic.
Yes.
so we were looking at, I was finishing the second quadrant, which was on the beat of who benefits with ODM instability.
Yes.
Now, let's go to who loses when ODM is stable. It's sort of the same question, but it's very different. Who loses when ODM is stable? Again, it matches the quarter one. So people who are like, when ODM is good, then there's no chance for us, are those ones who are ready to face off ODM as independents or as other parties. So they would love ODM's instability, because when ODM is stable, they lose. These are majorly the new candidates, or those ones who didn't believe in Raila, or those ones who had issues with Raila, who had issues to square with Raila. Those ones benefit when ODM loses, or when ODM becomes in tatters. And one of them that I believe sits squarely in that circle is, no, let me not mention his name. But they're the MP candidates majorly, the gubernatorial candidates, who are popular, moneyed, but without structure.
Today you are not bold.
Today I'm not bold. The last time I was bold, things happened.
Okay.
Now, then the last quadrant, of course, is who loses with ODM's instability. RUTO is the biggest casualty.
ODM's instability.
RUTO is the biggest casualty with ODM's instability.
Okay, explain.
Because, one, remember, the key factor that makes ODM supporters turn out to vote was Raila Amolo Odinga. Now Raila is gone. So which means we're going to have apathy, whether we like it or not, in 2027. It's there. In fact, RUTO is competing against voter apathy in 2027, not against anybody else.
Voter apathy?
Yeah. All these guys you see running around, watch out now. RUTO is competing against voter apathy because today, people are not registering as voters. Today. Are you aware?
Yes,
it's only 74,000 since they started.
No, 90,000.
90,000. Since they started registering voters. The last time I checked was 74. I'm happy it has updated to 90. Now, 90,000 votes, 90,000 new voters. We're looking at having 5.4 projected new voters in 2027.
5.4
million.
Oh, that's a lot.
But now we're only at 90,000. So which means...
And this 5.4 was majorly Gen Z.
Majorly Gen Zs.
Who have been clamoring for change.
And I told you here that Gen Zs will not vote in 2027. They will not. There's no reason to vote in 2027. It's gone.
Why would they not vote?
They don't even register as voters because they've lost hope. The hope that you're saying is not a strategy. That hope, they've lost it.
Why have they lost the hope?
Because they don't see. There's nobody who is carrying that hope for them.
Okay.
The only person who could have carried that hope for them, again, dangerously. No.
Kasmul Makure?
No.
Why is it that you deflate so much when I talk to you about Kasmul Makure? Give the man his flowers. Okay, anyway.
I truly admire Kasmuel.
Yeah.
But I loathe his naivety. I loathe his naivety. Because Kasmuel had the opportunity. And I still believe he can redeem himself. But Kasmuel lacks the courage to move forward in the wilderness. He fears too much. Leadership is about doing things you fear. Most of these people we see leading us, they're just human beings. They're afraid like all of us. But they have the courage. Kasmuel was deflated by threats. Threats from the whatever, security agencies and the political players. Sit with them. If you cannot beat them, organize for them to be beaten. You don't join them. He joined them. Okay? So Kasmuel does not carry the hope of the Gen Zs. He doesn't. The Gen Zs are disillusioned because someone like Morara, who was doing pretty well for me, because Morara was already being persecuted. You know, what you need in the journey towards liberation, in the journey towards transformation, what you need is persecution.
What Uhuru did to RUTO.
Yes. And I tell people that was a willful strategy to make RUTO president. So long as you're persecuted in the name of the people, boom, you have it. There is nobody, even Jesus Christ, who we worship to date, we are worshiping him because he was persecuted in the name of the people.
The passion of the Christ.
Exactly. So Kasmuel, in between, lost it. Morara was having it for me. In fact, I was like, this guy got it. Because number one, Morara had some little money.
Why are you not talking about Khalif Kaido?
Who?
Khalif Kaido.
No, Khalif is a businessman. He's training to be a pilot. He's not interested in politics. It's soft life. He's this guy's friend. So they look alike. So, persecution is very important. Look at Tanzania today. Tundu Lissu has become a demigod in Tanzania because of persecution. John Heche, the vice president of Chadema, today has been arrested. Persecution is making them great. Anybody who was persecuted in the Bible is a martyr. Anybody who's persecuted...
Nelson
Mandela was persecuted for 27 years. Bingo. Jomo Kenyatta. Bingo. Raila. Eternal. Bingo. Everybody who has been persecuted gets it. But Gen Zs fear persecution. Persecution is the true way, is the only route towards liberation. The only route. And if he fears that, look, the president of Senegal, what is his name?
The young one.
The young one, yeah. You remember, the one who was originally on the ticket was Osman Sonko.
Yes. Who was kicked out and then he handed over.
Who was taken to jail.
Yes, he handed over the ticket to this gentleman.
Now that's how you do politics. But some of these people want to hold on to onto that fame and onto that leading the group, that if it is not them, it is nobody. Then the group collapses. That is what has happened with Gen Zs. And I'm saying with a lot of care and much love towards Gen Zs. And I've said repeatedly that Gen Zs have to have a plan. Even if it is a bad plan. It must be there. But without a plan, they are going nowhere.
They have always maintained
yes.
that they don't need a leader. They don't need a structure.
That is the thought which is in a Kinaisha. I don't know how to put that in English. Ole uchunya. In a Kinaisha sana. Because how can you say that you're leaderless and you're planless? Where are you going? You must plan. Even if you're going to record with Jagger in the studio, you plan. I will wake up at 7:45. I will take tea. Then I will take a car. I will go to Jagger studio. I will do. There must be a plan. They don't have it. They're just like, let's wait for emotions. Emotions do not lead. And emotions, in any case, is reptilian. In the evolution of man.
What is reptilian? What is the meaning of reptilian?
In the evolution of mankind.
What is the meaning of reptilian?
Exactly, that's what I'm explaining. In the evolution of mankind, there's a moment, if you study evolution, there's a moment in our development where we were only instinctive and not logical. That means you are responding to impulse. Have you ever interacted with a reptile? A reptile is like snake.
If you see it and you don't see it, it will.
Exactly. That's reptilian thinking. It's impulse. And Gen Zs are still there. And I don't blame them. Because if you look at the human brain and its development process, and this is because I read, it's not because I know everything, it's because I read. If you don't read, go to hell. When you look at the human brain, before the age of 25, the human brain has not fully developed the prefrontal cortex, which is in charge of making balanced decisions, which is the brake of life. Brake. So these kids who are in the streets, they are still having underdeveloped prefrontal cortex. And that is why
careful.
I'm very careful. It is a fact. They can go and study. If you don't want to study, shauri yako. Just Google. It is there. By the time a human being hits the age of 26, in fact, don't even touch or pretend that you're dating anybody who's below the age of 25. Because their prefrontal cortex is bado ni watoto. Anybody who's above 26 is able to have a plan because their brain is fully developed. So I want to excuse them by saying, okay, they're thinking reptilian way because they're still in that reptilian moment of development. Until when these people understand that you must have a plan, then that's when they'll beat RUTO.
But
yes,
something where RUTO is seated.
Yeah,
he's saying to himself that I have. You know when you are walking in the grass and there is seke in the grass.
The seke.
You do not know. You do not know it's a python. It's a what? It's a what? Do you think that where RUTO is seated, at the back of his mind, he's minding these kids?
Of course. Now, go back to the Roman Empire. If you want to understand RUTO's game plan.
Okay.
Go back to the Romans
Empire.
And understand why they built that big thing that looked like a stadium.
Ile watu walikuwa wanapigana. I know it. I've gone there. It's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know why it was called Caesar who? Why he built that thing?
Yeah.
What's his name? Can you find out what the name of that thing is?
Yeah.
That big stadium in Rome.
In Rome, yeah. It's called the something.
It starts with a Q, if I'm not wrong.
It's not a Q.
It's not a Q? That gladiators place. The reason as to why it was built. It's called Colosseum. Exactly.
Yes.
The Colosseum. The Colosseum was meant to manage the people's emotions and direct that emotion somewhere. Let me tell you, politics is like a combustion engine. It must have an exhaust. It must have an exhaust. If it doesn't have an exhaust, it will blow. Politics is like a dormant mountain, volcanic mountain. It must have a vent. If it doesn't have a vent, it will and can be so bad. Politics is like a bomb that must have a way that it can be decommissioned. Otherwise, if you just abandon it somewhere, one day it will explode. So these kids, are just the same way. And RUTO knows that it could go south because it only needs one other factor. And Odo told you this. And don't take it lightly. For a revolution to be successful, the level that these kids desire it to be, the military must be on your side. If the military is not on your side, it will never be. Look at Tanzania. Tanzania was very ripe for change. Very ripe. On 29th, extremely ripe. In fact, Tanzania, ever since you were born, you've never heard of demonstrations in Tanzania.
Never.
Nobody imagined. Tanzania did it better than us by far.
Did they?
Oh.
The magnitude was not there because there was nobody to...
It was not just broadcasted, but now it is coming out. The number of things that Tanzanians did, they burnt houses, they blocked the roads, they didn't go to vote. They were openly saying...
There was no vote.
People didn't vote in Tanzania. Who voted? That 1 million is a cookery by Mama Samia Suluhu Hassan.
They did not vote.
They did not vote. They didn't vote.
Really?
Who voted? 31 million. You tell me. you tell me, Jagero. You won an election by 98% of the casted votes, and the casted votes are 31 million. But there's no 31 million. Yes, out of 32 million.
And there are no pictures of people lining.
That's exactly my point. There's no photo of even, there's only a small video that is being shown on BBC of Mama Samia going to cast a vote. Just one. And there's nobody there. Everybody was in the street.
Wow.
It is crazy. Whatever happened in Tanzania is great.
Tanzania has to be the worst.
It is the worst. Now look at the level of deaths that happened. Police literally shot over 1,000 people dead.
1,000?
Over 1,000 people dead. Over 1,000 people dead. In Tanzania today. The videos are all over social media today.
They're just a spot check, but I didn't know the magnitude of it.
They're reporting it now. The international community has already started reporting. Amnesty International will give a report, of course, you will see it shortly. But Chadema alone is already reporting over 1,000 deaths occasioning from. And then these bodies have been disappeared. Some of them we could see, they were piled on each other in some place that looks like a hospital. People are now complaining. Their loved ones, they cannot find them.
They cannot find them to bury them.
Even the bodies to bury. And you know Tanzania is largely Muslim.
Yeah.
Or significantly Muslim. Let me say that, not largely. Largely Christian, significantly Muslim.
Could they have incinerated the bodies?
It has happened in some countries where during demonstration, they just take the bodies and take them to a military camp and they are incinerated or cremated, and that's it. So it could be. What I was saying is this.
Suluhu, we need to discuss.
We will discuss. Suluhu is very evil.
Suluhu has done something very bad.
And
especially doing it on behalf of CCM.
Yeah, exactly my point. She has degraded CCM, and this is the start of the end of CCM. In the next election, I swear, seated right here in your studio, that in the next election, CCM will not be in power. It will not be in power because the people and the military are seeing what is happening. And remember,
why did the military in Tanzania give her a breath of life?
Now, this is what I'm learning. This is what I'm learning. It could be true or not true, but this is what I'm learning. That most of the people who are in the streets, popping people, were not either from the police or from the military. They were mercenaries. Who operating
provided by Uganda.
you can imagine the provider. Now, these mercenaries, why do autocratic regimes? Because Samia Suluhu Hassan is an autocrat.
Is that why they were going ahead of everybody else and saying that there were people that were in the country?
Exactly. I always tell you, Jagero, that whenever somebody accuses you of something, always remember it's a confession. Never forget that bit. It is they are confessing because the mind, the conscience of a human being will never let them rest. So when she's saying these people are not from within the country, it is true. They're mercenaries. Who came from wherever.
I don't believe they were mercenaries.
They're mercenaries. Why do if you look at those gentlemen, you know Tanzania has some level of discipline and love.
No, I think the Tanzanian intelligence did not see. I mean, and it is very strange about Tanzania that the entire duration of the campaign, it was just all quiet. It reminds me of the 1994 genocide in Rwanda. It was very quiet. Before the storm. Very quiet.
That's why I said politics is like an engine. It always needs an exhaust. If it lacks an exhaust, it will burst. I repeat to you that whenever you see a quiet people, it is very dangerous. you need them to vent because quiet people are protesting within their hearts.
And that is what I am telling you about this 5.4 million.
And that's what I'm telling
you. That is not registering to vote.
Exactly. And that's what I'm telling you.
And it's seated on the fence.
That RUTO is managing them very well. And RUTO will just build
How is he managing them?
He'll build them very many colosseums. And there are going to be very many public activities. You keep watch.
Are we talking about Harambee Stars?
You were there and you saw it. It bought him. Okay.
You're a bad man.
Did it buy him time?
You're a bad man.
Did it buy him time?
You're a bad man.
Because me, I don't just watch. I see what's going on. RUTO managed it very well through sports. Colosseums always work. It's a strategy that has been proven in politics.
I want to ask you the second question, but yes. I'm not going to ask you that question. I will ask you over tea.
Okay.
I will ask you that one over tea.
So you are likely to see.
Let's go back to ODM.
Just a minute.
Before we go back to
ODM, you're likely going to see, and I say it confidently, not that I know anything.
Yes.
Please, if you are doing this, don't come for me. You're likely going to see a national congress. RUTO is going to provide a vent for these youths. And you're likely going to see in the next few months conferences or congress being held across. Do you know what a congress is?
A congress is it's like a place where people just come and speak about their country.
Exactly. You need people to speak. So RUTO is going to provide that. I am sure 100%.
No, and if
it doesn't do it,
you know Odhiambo.
If it doesn't do it,
you know Odhiambo.
Yeah.
I am doing a leadership conference next year, and
you've been paid.
I don't want you to start talking about my congress.
We are going to have a lot of congress coming up, and you're going to see regional congress. You're going to have Mombasa Congress. Where
you remember you are talking about
yes
why the stability of ODM is important to RUTO.
Yes.
We have digressed a lot. I don't like this podcast because of how much you have digressed.
Okay, let's go back to it.
Yes.
We are good. We have some minutes.
We have digressed a lot. Kwanza you are Babu Michuko almost 25 minutes.
Yeah, we can do it again any day. So, in short, and this is amongst the Congress issues that RUTO will ensure he does. And I told you, instability of ODM makes RUTO lose. And that's why RUTO must make sure he has a firm hold of ODM. And I can tell you, so listen very well. Jalango, this guy was here yesterday, is an agent of President RUTO in ODM. It's a fact. If he can come here and sit there and I sit here and I'll explain to him why. He's an agent of President RUTO to ensure that there's stability in what? In ODM. So that then RUTO becomes his godfather who will assure him of the ticket for Langata in 2027. And many more people who are going against anybody talking against Sifuna, anybody talking against the party structure as it is, anybody soiling Oburu Odinga's name, anybody soiling the possibility.
But that destabilizes the party. And you're talking about RUTO.
And that's what I'm telling you.
Needing a stable ODM.
That's what I'm telling you. Listen carefully. That anybody who is causing instability within the party.
Or is hit from the outside.
Is hit from the outside. Okay? And if you see somebody like, and I'm saying, if you see somebody like Jalango causing this level of instability, because Sifuna is also causing instability. No DM, it's a fact. It must be said.
Yes.
RUTO is going to reorganize ODM nicely. And you're going to have an NDC. We're going to have an
NDC.
An NDC. And this NDC, we will see a new party structure because we're going to have a merger between ODM and UDA. ODM is weak now.
It is called what, this merger?
I don't know.
Ebu try to make the words. Start with O. O works well. There are consonants all over.
It will be these parties independently, but under a National Democratic Congress. It could be National Democratic Congress. Because a Congress is where people talk. Let's sit and talk. National Democratic Congress that brings about United Democratic Alliance and Orange Democratic Movement. They've now joined to become a Congress.
I would really want to know what the Gen Zs are actually currently saying about the regime.
They don't
and
know.
About Kenya.
They don't know. They don't know what's going on. They're just like, RUTO is going home. But how is he going home? That's the question that they need to ask themselves. How is RUTO going home?
To the ballot.
Now, if you go to the ballot, who are they offering on the ballot? The politicians are organizing. Someone like Kalonzo, who has no clue of how to run a government looks like, is properly organizing. And you can see Gachagua on the side is telling him, you know what? I'm supporting you for presidency and I'm giving Matiang'i prime minister.
Well, this prime minister, they keep offering. Where is it?
And that's why I told you we need to talk about Kenya needs a referendum on the question of governance and we move to parliamentary system.
See, that's what we're going to do next.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
All right, people of the internet, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure being with Odhiambo here, talking about the governance of this country, talking about strange things. Some of them have happened, some of them we are waiting if they will ever happen. Sometimes I wonder whether this man is NIS. You know the way you know a leopard by his spots. Please consider subscribing to Political Headache. We are going to Nakuru for a huge town hall meeting on Saturday the 8th. We are going to be at Baraza Media Lodge. So if you're watching us from Nakuru, please go to politicalheadache.co.ke and register there to come to the town hall. It starts at 2:30 p.m. on time. Odhiambo is the host, and he starts his things on time, just like the government.
Just like the government.
And then another episode 5 for now.